With most of the panels bolted back on and the custom fuel tank getting made up, things were really starting to look up. Just before Chrissy, after breaking up for work, I had dislocated and fractured my shoulder. My run of bad luck had begun. With a deflated spirit, Gary up the road noticed that I was struggling to get my fuel tank in and make up some brackets for it. So he kindly offered to wheel the car up to his workshop and make up some brackets for the rear end of the tank. The problem I had with the old mounting bolts was that they had rusted away and that a new bracket was needed. To prevent the same thing from happening again, we replaced the bolts with stainless steel and welded them with stainless. It was great to be in the back seat and learn a new skill from someone who's so knowledgeable and so passionate about. With the chassis galvanised, it took a lot longer to get good penetration with the welds. After some time of cleaning the welds and ensuring that there's enough clearance for the tank to slide next to the plate, it was finally time to put the tank in place and nip it up. With the new tank in place and the car back in the shed, I was feeling really optimistic about the build. And then I came across this issue. The other night I was in the shed with Tighe, who's also building the other Range Rover next to me, and he pointed out and said, is the door a different shade of green to the rest of the car? And I was just like, no, it should obviously be all the same. And it kind of had me thinking. So the next day I rolled the car out and I put in the light, and obviously, it's not going to get affected by the shadows and things like that. And it was just clear as daylight. The door, the scuttle panel, the flares, and the rear tailgate were all a different shade of green to the rest of the car. And I was absolutely fuming. I was just like, how the heck did we screw this up, sort of thing. What could it be? And I started thinking, did we, do too many layers on the rear quarter panel and the front quarter panel and the hood and that sort of stuff, and then went a little bit lighter on the others. But then after speaking to Iziah, who helped me paint the car, I remember we did pretty much, we did our edge primer over the bare metal, obviously. Then we did sort of another primer to go straight over that, and then high filled it twice, and then did base coat, 2 coats of base coat. Then we did 2 coats of clear, and we kept consistent with all that. So it kind of gave me a bit of confidence, and I was like, all right, so it wasn't the painting. What sort of, what could it be? And then we decided to test the paint, test that last tin, and see whether they screwed up that tin. And so we decided to paint a drink bottle, same colour as the car, and then we compared that to the rest of the car, or to the panels that were, darker, and the colour that I'm after. And we found out that that tin itself was actually the issue. And we found out that the paint shop missed a tinter, and it looks like they missed a black or a dark tinter, which is the reason why the doors and a couple of the other panels were all a bit light. So now we're in a bit of a pickle I'm in a bit of a pickle where I either leave it how it is, which to be honest is going to piss the shit out of me, because I've gone through so much effort just to make sure that it's all good and looks good. So yeah, look, I guess the only option is I can take those panels off and repaint them all, or what I believe probably to be a quicker, more cost-effective option would be to lightly sand the whole entire car and repaint it. Either way, still got to fix it anyway. With some lessons learnt from previously painting the car, to stop particles landing on the car whilst painting, I decided to make a spray booth within the shed. I was lucky to have Mitch there helping me build the spray booth.